Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. Here is your host, Andy Ruther.
Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. That is me, your host, Andy Ruther, on this day before Thanksgiving. That's right, guys. Thanksgiving holiday is tomorrow. Love me some Thanksgiving. Best holiday. I might just say it. I just did say it. I'm going to say it again. It might be the best holiday. You get football, food, and family. 3 F's. Man, I should be in marketing. Oh, wait, I already am. Yeah, football, food, and family, right? You can't beat it. There's no pressure. Christmas, I feel like there's a lot of pressure with gifts and all that stuff. No, man, not Thanksgiving. You just slam a bunch of food, take naps. Now we have 3 sets of football games. Growing up, it was 2. Talk to your family, have some drinks. If you partake in libations, which I, of course, no longer do. But yeah, Thanksgiving's tomorrow. And I like Thanksgiving a lot because my birthday is always around Thanksgiving. I was born on Thanksgiving. In fact, my birthday will be I'll turn 45 on Thanksgiving in a couple years. So it's always great. And I like that I can have a birthday on Thanksgiving, which is cool, but not all the time. Right? Then your birthday doesn't get hijacked by another holiday. I always feel bad for people who have a birthday on something like Christmas or St. Patrick's Day or Valentine's Day, because then your birthday kind of plays second fiddle, right? But that's what I like about Thanksgiving. It's the 4th Thursday of the month, so my birthday's on Thanksgiving like every 6 years, and then with the leap year, it'll be occasionally every 11 years. I don't know, but my birthday was yesterday, so happy belated birthday to me. No, it was a great birthday though. It was a great birthday. I told Brittany yesterday. I told her that it was probably one of the best birthdays I've had in a long time. That's the truth. So it was a nice birthday. I think because my little girl Isla she's older. She'll be 2 in a couple months, and I think just having that was great, and being able to open presents with her. And they had her make a card, which was real sweet at daycare yesterday. Even though she tried to rip it up on the way home. Like, what are you doing? You take the time to make me a card for my birthday, and then I catch you in your car seat on the drive home from daycare trying to rip it up like a savage, like an animal that you are. They're not really humans. I was telling the daycare worker this today when I dropped her off. I said, are they really humans at this age yet? They're just savage animals. At this age, they're just savage animals. They're less savage than they were the first 6 months, and as time increases, you become less and less savage. I guess that's kind of a way of looking at life. Like, I'm way less savage than I was 10 years ago. And then the 10 years before that, I guess that's what they call maturity, growing up. But yeah, she tried to rip it up like a complete animal. But I was really grateful for the card. And then Brittany gave me the sweetest gift ever. It was a personalized book with pictures of Roscoe, and a lot of them, of course, with me and Roscoe. And it was really touching. It was really, really touching. And it meant a lot. Like, that's the type of stuff I love. I don't really care about material possessions. Never really have. I don't have to have nice things, cars, clothes, all that stuff. That doesn't mean much to me. Like, that gift she gave me really touched me. I was emotional. It meant a lot. Same way my mom gave me a book, a personalized book for the last Christmas we had together, and it's the same thing. It was pictures of my mom and I and the trips we've done throughout the years together, and those things last. Those types of gifts last. They mean a lot more. Like Brittany gave me this watch when we first started meeting. Like, it's cool, an Apple Watch. I like it. Very nice gift. Doesn't mean as much to me. Doesn't even come close to a book that I can look at. I already have looked at it like 3 times a day. I can flip through, I can reflect on memories I have with Roscoe and see pictures that make me happy, make me feel good. Those are the best gifts, at least for me. Those are the type of gifts that I love, types of gifts I cherish, the type of gifts that last forever. It was a great birthday, though. She even made an eclair cake, which was my favorite thing my mom used to make for the holidays, and she had the same recipe that my mom had. I think they're pretty common, but she made an eclair cake, and I love that, and it was really nice because then I have a part of my mom with that birthday, reminded of crushing those on the holidays growing up and coming back to visit, so it was real nice. It was a real sweet birthday, and you guys know this, I'm a reflective person, and I like to reflect on things, I like to assess things. That's just how I am. And yesterday, I was really happy because I thought about where I was just a few years ago before I met Brittany and to where I was yesterday. And I think that's why yesterday was such a great birthday for me. And I was thinking back, 2020, my first birthday without my parents, either parent. So how the timeline worked with my parents dying 8 months apart, I never had a Thanksgiving, a birthday, or Christmas with just one of them. So, I suddenly didn't have and my brothers didn't have those holidays without them together. So, that was 2020, right? So, my birthday in 2020, and this is the middle of the pandemic, also coincided on Thanksgiving. So, 2020, it's Thanksgiving, it's my birthday, the same day, and I don't have my parents. I'm living in their house. I just moved back full time for about a month earlier. So I had my brothers and I spent time with my brothers and I slept at my one brother's house actually when we were there for Thanksgiving and stayed the night. But obviously it's very lonely because I didn't have a family of my own. I didn't have my parents and it was a difficult time. And I think about that yesterday. What a difference 2020 birthday and 2024. And now here I am in the basement crushing some delicious tacos from Agave and Rye for birthday dinner with Brittany, with Isla, and just how amazing a turnaround it's been for me. And the truth is how grateful I am and how blessed I am and how much better I feel mentally and emotionally from just 4 years ago. And the saying is that time heals all wounds, and it's true. And through time, you feel better, you begin to cope better, and just basically since I met Brittany, which was November of 2021, how much my life has turned around and how thankful I am for that. And we got another one on the way. So it was a nice birthday, is basically what I'm getting at. And I'm very happy that she responded to my message on Hinge. Basically is what I'm saying. I'm very happy that whatever corny pickup line I used to her on Hinge, that she responded and that it kickstarted where I'm at today. I was a lonely person in California and I never realized it. I didn't realize it till I started to look back and read some of the things I had written down in a journal. And throughout all that time, even though I was having fun and I was obviously enjoying the single life and living on the beach and the freedoms that it gives you, all those things deep down, if I put on my own shrink hat and be my own psychologist, I was definitely lonely because I don't think there was much meaning to my life. That's the truth. I didn't feel that way. I didn't know it, but that's kind of how it was. And I'm not saying that you need to be with somebody to have meaning. I'm not saying that at all. But for me, I suddenly had meaning when I met Brittany and when we had a kid and now we have a second kid and all those things. And that's kind of where I was at last night when I was opening presents with Isla and eating that eclair cake and just feeling, like I'm at home, like I'm having a sense of just basic, basically a nice moment where it's all come together. It's all come full circle. But it was really nice, and it's also nice to have. I still have voicemails from my mom, which is nice. Like I still have the last birthday that I was that she was here. It's just a quick 10-second like happy birthday voicemail she left for me. It's nice to play that. Power technology, it's great that I can just listen, hear my mom's voice for like 10 seconds, give me you know, some soothing, so to speak, and that's something nice to have. So I'm happy about that, and I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving tomorrow. Because again, football, food, family. It'll be nice. It'll be nice to celebrate with everybody tomorrow. We head to Northern Kentucky where they do it up. Like it's her extended family, and they run this like they're running like they're running like a factory, like a car factory line. These women, she's got her dad's the oldest of 7, and the other 6 are women. And these women, her aunts run this thing so efficiently. They put like 40 or 50 people in her aunt's house. It's insane. And the way the seating's all set up, it's so well organized, the buffet line. I mean, these women are like boom, 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 boom. They got it down. And that's what we do for Thanksgiving. And maybe I'll stop by my brother's afterwards, my brother who lives in my parents' house, old house. So maybe we'll do that. But it'll be nice. It'll be nice. Get me some pumpkin pie with some whipped cream. See, that's my go-to, pumpkin pie. Is there really a big battle between apple and pumpkin pie? I think there is. I think it's pretty split. Is this like the political divide on Thanksgiving for apple and pumpkin pie? I'm team pumpkin pie with some whipped cream. I'm totally team pumpkin pie. I mean, apple pie is nice, but I'd always go pumpkin if we're gonna do apple or pumpkin pie. Thanksgiving's great because you can mix it up. You can never go wrong with mashed potatoes and gravy. Mashed potatoes and gravy's nice. Obviously, dipping the turkey in the gravy. But as I get older, if you can make a nice side of mac and cheese, right? Like a nice good side of mac and cheese instead of the mashed potatoes and gravy, a nice baked mac and cheese, like with this personalized recipe or a good recipe. I might take that. I might take that over the mashed potatoes and gravy now. And I used to not be a big stuffing guy, but man, stuffing's nice. If you know how to make the stuffing right, it'd be interesting if I had to pick a top three side pieces, top 3 side dishes Thanksgiving. What are we doing here? What are we picking? Are we going mashed potatoes and gravy? If mashed potatoes and gravy are going head to head with mac and cheese. The thing is, though, the gravy also goes over the turkey and it plays off well. That's why you still might have to give the mashed potatoes and gravy the old guard. That might be considered the old guard. You might have to give that the edge, the mashed potatoes and gravy, because that goes well with the turkey. That's probably going to get your edge. Okay, so we're doing top 3 side dishes: mashed potatoes and gravy, for sure. The stuffing's great, right? So some nice stuffing with your turkey. It also meshes well with the, mashed potatoes and gravy. And what's your third side piece? What is it? Is it some veggie? Is it sweet potatoes? What we got here? It's not cranberry sauce. Who ever thought cranberry sauce would be good? Anybody really like cranberry sauce? I've never met a single person who's like, "Man, give me some more of that cranberry sauce, son." Nobody ever have you ever heard the words, "I'm really itching for some cranberry sauce with my mashed potatoes and gravy and turkey." Nobody said that. Why is cranberry sauce even a thing? What is cranberry sauce? Who started it? I wanna know. Who started cranberry sauce? I'm looking this up. Who started cranberry sauce? Who started cranberry sauce with turkey? All right, let's go here to my friends at Google, if they can be trustworthy at this point. An account from the American colonies in 1672 mentions the ways that both Native Americans and European settlers used cranberries, boiling them with sugar for a sauce to eat with their meat. And one of cranberry's earliest documented appearances with turkey can be found in the 1796 cookbook, American Cookery, where author Amelia Simmons suggests pairing roast turkey with cranberry sauce and boiled onions. Okay. So the earliest documentation that we have as far as on record is 1796. So we have Amelia Simmons to blame. You're the one who started this. It's her. I'm gonna blame her. And by the way, that name is out. That name. Now we're gonna talk about because Brittany put Amelia on as a name. Wasn't feeling it, by the way. Wasn't feeling it because I'm like, Amelia, that's a woman who flew a plane and then we never found her. Like, well, I'm not naming my daughter after a woman who flies planes and gets lost. I don't want to name her after the lost pilot. Why don't we just name her after Malaysian Airlines 1896 or whatever it was? I mean, I'm not naming her after a lost pilot. Amelia's out, Brittany. You don't listen to this. I'm saying it right now. Amelia's out. I saw that on your list. Amelia is out. We're not doing Amelia. So this is what Amelias are known for. They're known for cranberry sauce and flying planes into the water. I'm not naming my daughter after that. What else we got here on cranberry sauce? Canned cranberry sauce, on the other hand, has a clear point of origin. Okay. It was invented by a lawyer turned cranberry grower named Marcus Urann, Urann, in the early 20th century. Back then, cranberries were considered a seasonal fruit available only between September and November. Urann's initial goal was to salvage damaged cranberries by pureeing the ones that were less perfect, canning them, and selling the product year round. With this innovation, Urann forever changed the cranberry life cycle on the Thanksgiving table. You just made it worse, bro. You just made it worse. Each year, Ocean Spray produces 70 million cans of cranberry sauce using about 200 cranberries in each can. To this day, Ocean Spray's jellied cranberry sauce remains its most popular product. Who's buying this though? Who's buying this that's of a age of 50 and under? Is anybody 50 or under buying cranberry? I'm going to set the bar at 50 and under. Is anybody 50 and under buying cranberry sauce? Cranberry sauce is the worst side dish. I, again, have never met anybody who's like, I'm looking forward to the cranberry sauce with my Thanksgiving meal. Why is it a thing? Okay, so back to the original point. We got 3 side dishes. What are we choosing, guys? Mashed potatoes and gravy. We got the stuffing. I mean, is a roll considered a side dish? Cranberry sauce is out. A roll? I know what my boy Joe Prano thinks about green bean casserole. He goes off on that. But if you make a good green bean casserole, to quote my boy Tupac, who I'm wearing, I ain't mad at you. I mean, if you got a good green bean casserole, I ain't mad at you. That third one's a tough one. Because I mean, do you want two carbohydrates, carb based, like a scallop potatoes? You don't want scallop potatoes and mashed potatoes, right? Like sweet carrots or something. I don't know. I guess I never really think about that third side dish. I'm sure there's people right now saying you're missing some basic stuff, Ruther. Well, like if I type it into Google again, best side dishes, best Thanksgiving sides. Like what are the tops? Top Thanksgiving side dishes. What do we got here? Top 10 Thanksgiving sides. Where are we going to go from? Simply recipes. What do we got here? I mean, what is this? Number one, corn souffle. What is this website? Pickled green bean salad. No, get this out of here. What? Give me something that we all know. The 10 must have Thanksgiving side dishes. What's the top three? Stuffing, mashed potatoes, and green bean casserole. There it is. This is from MrFood.com. Number 4, we have sweet potato casserole. Number 5 is cranberry sauce. You're out of your goddamn mind, Mr. Food. There's about making it homemade. Number 6, cauliflower blossom. Number 7, butternut squash mash. See, it just gets bad from here. Number 8, creamy corn for a crowd. Number 9, old-fashioned buttermilk biscuits. Dude, the biscuits should be way higher. Number 10, best bacon sprouts. A good biscuit is going to be way higher. It's going to be way higher, man. You know what I miss most about Thanksgiving? Or what I used to love, I should say. It's coming back from college, man. Oh, I used to love it. I'd be giddy in that drive. Be riding with somebody. I never had a car. Be riding with somebody from St. Louis. It's about 5.5 to 6 hour drive. Rolling in on today, getting in Wednesday. You know you're going to go out and just get bombed. And I mean bombed with your buddies. Dude, I used to go hard. Like if I'm coming home on that Wednesday, back in the day, it's blackout central. I'm not remembering that night. Not remembering it at all. I'm just going out with my high school, grade school buddies and just getting annihilated, which makes Thanksgiving even better because you got the naps, you got the football, you got the food, you got the hungover food in between. But it was great in college, right? Because I come home and you get some home cooked meals, and my mom was always ready to take care of me, and oh, it was great, man. I can feel the energy. It's like I can go back and live in time and just feel the energy on that drive, on that 6 hour drive back, being like, yeah, it's gonna be a nice few days. I'm gonna eat well. I'm gonna see my homies. I'm gonna get blacked out drunk. Mom's not gonna like that. Those were good times, man. Which is crazy because I just turned 43 yesterday. That's 20 plus years ago. I was doing that. And there was a fair amount of Thanksgiving holidays that I had to work as well. Like in Las Vegas, Los Angeles, you had to work on Thanksgiving, which in a way was cool too, because it was an excuse just to get annihilated as well. Especially when I worked in the food and beverage industry. It was one of those things where basically, hey, I'm stuck working a holiday, so we all have to get drunk, and then the managers wouldn't care. Those were all good memories too. But Thanksgiving, man, it's a great holiday, isn't it? It's might be my favorite. I don't know what's a better holiday. What's a better holiday? I don't think Christmas is that. There's too much going on at Christmas. There's just too much. The presents and family, and it's just although Christmas now has football and basketball. Like if we're gonna weave sports into this, but that's a lot. It's just not the same. There's pressure on what you're getting somebody, all that stuff. It's just not as good, man. It's just not as good. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is where it's at. We're gonna be doing some stuff though. We got Isla's moving into a new room, and that's one of the things I was doing last week. Obviously, I took the week off. I wanted to kind of hit the reset button here, and I took the week off the Andy Ruther show, but I was also busy. One of the spare bedrooms in the house we are moving Isla into, and I was painting it. I was painting, and I had to paint the ceiling, which there's nothing worse than painting the ceiling. Painting the ceiling sucks, and it's hard work. I was sweating my nuts off, man. I was sweating my nuts off. I really was. Because you got the roller and you're going up there, and we got patterns on our ceilings. It's not just flat, so you got to press even harder to get in between the crevices and stuff. So I was painting last week, and I'm not the best painter, so it takes me longer, and I had to do some touch ups. So it took me probably longer than most people because I like housework as far as doing anything. Not I shouldn't say housework. I can do basic stuff, but that's not how like I'm talking like fixing shit up. I don't know how to do. Like guys, I don't know how to do anything. Painting I can actually do because it's pretty basic, but I'm just not good at it. But we're gonna move little baby girl into the room next door so that her future sister will take her room, which is the smallest bedroom in our house, which is basically always going to be the baby's room. So that'll be an adjustment for her. She's going to have to move rooms, and she'll have about 2 months to adjust. And we have a big girl bed, which we'll try with her as well, which is crazy, man. She's not even two, but everything happens so quickly. So we'll see. I mean, Isla's a lunatic now. I love her to death. She's got crazy energy, but she's wild. Kids are wild. You know what she likes to do? She likes to sit in the bathroom when I take a crap. Who does that? She does the same thing to Brittany. She doesn't just sit in the bathroom. She came in the other day. I was taking a disgusting shit. And not only did she walk in, she plopped on the ground. She had a snack, a little kid snack bowl things, and you stick your hand in through, whatever. She literally walked in and was like, "Yo, what you doing, Dad?" And plopped on the ground and just started eating her snack, sitting in the room while I'm taking a dump. Just sitting in there. Just wafting and smelling what I got going on. And she's kind of always looking over, like, "Yo, what you got going on?" It's like, "I'm taking a dump, girl. That's what I got going on over here." What kind of savage? Again, what I say at the start of the show? They're animals. They're savages. What kind of savage wants to sit in the room while someone else is taking a shit? My daughter. That's who. Absolute animal. But I love her for it. I love her. I love her for the personality, the energy. She's weird like me. She's goofball. She got snow for the first time. I posted that on Instagram and TikTok. She was walking through snow for the first time. It's pretty cool. Again, I know I've talked about this. It's so cool to see them seeing something or enjoying something for the first time. It's pretty awesome. It's so much fun as a parent to see your kid. You just see him, you're like, wow, you got snow for the first time, man. This is cool. But she's in a Sesame Street now too. You know, I never forget how weird stuff is because you're growing up and you don't see it, and then you go back. And she's really big into she doesn't even know it's called Sesame Street. She just calls it Elmo because she loves Elmo. And then I was like, wasn't one of the Elmo voiceover guys a kitty diddler? So now I'm on like Wikipedia looking that up. She's like watching Sesame Street and Elmo, and I'm like, what did this guy do? And I don't know, some dude like banged some 16-year-old or something in like 2012. The guy who was Elmo's voice for like 20 years. And I'm like looking up his case. I'm like, what are you watching? What's up with this Elmo guy? But Sesame Street is good because they learn lessons. That's my thing. Like, you actually learn stuff. You learn the alphabet. You learn numbers. You learn, they have some life lessons. You learn some things with Sesame Street. Even though they try to make it so politically correct. I mean, they try to make these shows so politically correct now. It's like the commercials, right? You guys know this. Every commercial has a biracial family. Like every commercial, every single one. That's how Sesame Street is now. It's like over the top PC. But she learns a lot from it. So that's cool that she watches it. But I also watch it now as a 43-year-old guy, and I'm like, what drugs were people on when they wrote this show? Right? Like, who decided, hey, man, there's going to be a giant, big-ass bird? You know, Chappelle has a great bit about this. If you haven't seen Dave Chappelle's bit, I believe it's on his first comedy special. His bit about Sesame Street is amazing, especially now as a parent watching this. He's got a great bit on Sesame Street. I'm talking about Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch and, you know, how everybody's always mad at him. And he's like, I live in a fucking trash can, bitch. They're always like, why are you so mad, Oscar? That's a great bit. It's a great bit. But I think about that when I watch Sesame Street now. I'm like, was everybody on acid? Was everybody on shrooms when they came up with this show? On all this stuff now, like the Muppets or whatever these shows are, Fraggle Rock, which she hasn't gotten into, but I was as a kid. Like Jim Henson had to be on some things, right? Do you just come up with that stuff clear-minded? You had to be on some sort of substance, right? There's no way you just come up with this stuff. What, like this Snuffleupagus? What is he, an elephant? I don't even know what he is. What's Elmo? What is he? What's Grover? Count Dracula? I guess he's not as crazy. He's a vampire that likes to count. I guess that's not. Bert and Ernie? Just two gay dudes? I guess that's not as crazy. You know, I didn't know who Bert and Ernie were. As in, like, I always got them confused. I literally had to Google it the other day. I was like, which one's Bert and which one's Ernie? My whole life, you just knew them as Bert and Ernie. Like, they were basically one. Now I'm like, who's Bert and who's Ernie? Yeah, guys, this is my life now. Googling who's Bert, who's Ernie, what did the Elmo guy do? What kids was he diddling? Welcome to being a dad. I know I'll say it again. Life will come at you fast. It will come at you fast. Let's do a Miss Nutley update. I think we need a Miss Nutley update. You guys know I've been tracking this story. I've been following it closely. Miss Emily Nutley, former faculty. That's a tough one to say. Former faculty. See? It's tough. Former faculty. It's a tough one to say. Anyway, former faculty member from my alma mater, St. Xavier High School, the one who was charged with banging one of the students. She appeared in court this week, guys. They're going to have a trial date set. Let's go to the local news here in Cincinnati. Let's get an update on Miss Emily. What about the Nutley?
St. X high school employee in court today for the first time since being charged with sexual battery. And thanks for joining us at 6 o'clock. I'm Cherie Palillo.
And I'm Mike Dardis. 42-year-old Emily Nutley here, accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a 17-year-old student. WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson live right now to explain what happened today in court. Hi, Karen.
Well, hey, Mike. Emily Nutley faces 6 counts of sexual battery, and today a court date, a trial date, was set for April 7th.
Okay, let's stop it here. Miss Nutley looking old now. I'm not gonna lie, Miss Nutley. She looks like she took one too many nuts, if you know what I mean. What's going on, Miss Nutley? So here's the thing: the filters were removed. A lot of those pictures before, she had a lot of filters. I believe she's my age. She's looking every bit of 43, if not older, at this point. You can tell they didn't go too hard on the makeup. That was probably the advice from her attorney. Like, you banged a 17-year-old. You don't want to look too skanky when you show up in court. I believe that's probably the recommendation she got. All right, let's see what the judge and everything has to say here.
State of Ohio versus Emily Nutley.
Emily Nutley said very little during her first court appearance today. The 42-year-old previously entered a not guilty plea to 6 counts of sexual battery.
There's 6 counts. It's alleged to have been 3 incidents, 2 counts per incident.
Involving one alleged victim, a
There's my high school, everybody. Look at that old campus. Beautiful high school, by the way. It's like a college campus.
St. X student who was 17 years old at the time. While employed at St. X, Nutley supervised students struggling with academics. Prosecutors say the teen was assigned to her program. According to prosecutors, the two began to have contact outside of school hours, which included...
Okay, we know all of this. I have covered this story. I basically am a local reporter at this point. I am the chief Miss Nutley correspondent for the city of Cincinnati. Look at her right here. Look at the way it's paused right here. Now, Miss Nutley, she right here looks like the girl you'd meet and take home from the bar, the single divorced mom on a night like tonight, right? The Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I believe it is the busiest bar night of the year. I believe the night before Thanksgiving, more people go out than even New Year's Eve because more people stay home New Year's Eve. I believe this is the biggest bar night of the year. Miss Nutley looks like she's dealing with a divorce, and that's what you're bringing home, right? But no, she's into 17-year-old dudes. All right, let's get through some of this.
Nude photos of Nutley and sexually explicit messages. Prosecutors say the relationship turned physical.
Prosecutor, look at this guy. This guy, wait, 12? This is the prosecuting attorney? The guy's like the Doogie Howser of attorneys. What is this guy doing? Who's he prosecuting? Anyway.
The relationship turned physical. They say the two engaged in a sexual relationship on and off school grounds.
Yeah, boy!
Today in court, Judge Jennifer Branch said she wanted to set a monetary bond. Nutley's attorney argued against that.
There's absolutely no risk of flight to avoid prosecution. She's here with her father today. She has...
Okay, this is wild. This is what I wanted to play with you guys. The dad is showing up. I'm trying to put myself, if I'm the dad, your daughter has been accused of cheating on her husband, her family of 3 kids with a 17-year-old. There's clearly enough evidence. There's text, there's pictures. Am I rolling to court with my daughter? Also, dude, I mean, your last name's Nutley. You probably should have foreseen this. Like that it's your last family name. Like that's your name. So he's rolling with his daughter. I don't know if I'm doing that.
Wonderful family support.
Attorney Joe Surrey says his client has significant ties to the community, including Mason, where she lives.
She's married with 3 juvenile children. She was employed full-time up until this incident as a...
Oh, so she's still married. And by the way, if you watch the video, which by the way, that's a whole thing we got to discuss. She's still married. I believe she still has her wedding ring on her finger, unless they're just doing this to get her through the trial and then they get a divorce.
The result of the allegations, she was terminated. She's a lifelong resident. She resides in her own home in Warren County. She has absolutely no criminal history whatsoever.
Judge Branch set bond at
she's a saint.
$30,000. Nutley was allowed to post 10%, which is not uncommon. She was ordered not to have any contact with St. X or the alleged victim.
Okay, let's get this off the screen. So I think she's still married, which is wild, guys. I've already discussed it. Bro, like, you've been cucked harder than any dude in the history of cuckdom. When your wife cheats on you with a 17-year-old, there's no turning back from that. I have expressed this opinion on multiple episodes. You can't turn back from that. There's no place you can go lower than your wife cheating on you with a 17-year-old. If Brittany cheated on me with a 17-year-old, I can't recover from that. You know, to quote the Tiger King, homeboy, that funny meme that, you know, I don't know how I'm going to financially or emotionally recover from this, basically. So I don't know what this guy is still doing with her, because I saw a wedding ring. If you watch the video, I see a wedding ring on her finger. So I don't know. But she can't go near my high school, which is a major bummer for all those kids who wanted hand jobs underneath the bleachers. Major blow to the HJs for those kids. So that's the latest. But here's the thing. One of my buddies is a prosecuting attorney in Greater Cincinnati. He thinks I should go to the trial. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to go. Like, I can go. It's public. I'm so ignorant in this stuff. He's like, you can go, man. It's public. I believe her trial is like April 7th. He thinks I should go. I kind of want to go. It's going to be an interesting trial, right? Because she's pleading innocent. Are they going to have like evidence? Are they going to be showing screenshots of her text exchange? Are they going to be showing the nudes? They should do a high school field trip. That's what you guys should do at St. X. You guys should do a high school field trip. All the kids get to go. Do you think he passed around her nudes? That's a big question. He had to have, right? So if she sent nudes, those had to be passed around. Are those on a hard drive somewhere? Are those on his phone? What about the Nutley nudes? What about them? Where are they? Are they going to show them at court? How does that play out? I am fascinated, though, how this trial will play out, since she's pleading innocent. And he said alleged. I feel like there's enough evidence there that she's 100% guilty. I didn't even think that was in question, whether she's innocent or guilty. But she's still with this dude. Apparently, she still lives at the same house. I mean, this guy, how do you go to work every day? How do you wake up? No way they're sleeping in the same room, right? And she's got a teenage daughter. How does that girl look at her? Have I covered this more than any podcast in the entire country? Without a doubt. It's my high school. I think I should go to the trial, guys. What do you think? Let me know. Give me a shout. We have a hotline. 859-935-0078. Should I attend the Emily Nutley trial here in Cincinnati? At that point, I'll have 2 kids, which gives me an excuse to get out of the house, right? Go check out the Miss Nutley trial. Hit up the local courthouse. We bring her a side dish of green bean casserole. I don't know. Check it out, right? I've never sat in a trial, though. From just watching enough documentaries, I'd be curious to sit in a trial, regardless of the trial. Like I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to sit in there. Let me know. DM me. I'm available 24/7 at Andy Ruther. Or once again, the hotline is 859-935-0078. Well, guys, that's the show. Want everybody to have a lovely, safe, let's be safe. Let's try to be safe. Don't be a young, dumb Andy Ruther. That's my one piece of advice. Don't be a young, don't be a Andy Ruther before he stopped drinking. A lot of bad decisions. Or do. I don't really care. I'm not, I'm not your boss. Just be smart. Whatever. Don't drink and drive, though. I'll give you that advice. Don't drink and drive. You got Uber, you got Lyft, ride shares exist. And spend some time with your family. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the football. Enjoy it all. All right, guys. We'll be back next week. Have a lovely holiday weekend, and we'll see you soon.